I let it happen, guys. Well, first, I got a new phone, so I'm a little clearer now. I can see myself clear at least. I don't have a bullet hole in my head at all times. But my boy sent us a GoPro and some GoPro stuff. And I'm trying to figure the software out to edit, and I'll start using that once I do. Until then, I'm just going to use my phone. So thanks, Guy, freedom loving Guy. You know who you are. I would say his name, but I don't know if he wants me to, so I better not. But curiosity got the best of me, unfortunately. And I went to that cesspool called Facebook just to see what people were saying. If they only knew that they were identical, both sides, not just the far left idiots, but also the far right, the right idiots. They really believe there's a difference. I don't get it, especially after the last 3.5 years and all that we've seen happen. If you start talking about the left, then they want to start talking about the Nazis on the right. If you say anything about the right, they want to talk about the socialists on the left, right? But then when you bring up, for example, the $6.2 trillion socialist bill that Trump signed, that was the largest bill in the history of mankind. It wasn't a socialist bill. It was a stimulus package. Really, it's what you can say. You can give it a euphemism all you want. It was a socialist bill. That's what it was. Trump is a socialist. And I try to explain to him as nicely as I can, because I know these people. I don't hang out with them anymore or nothing, but some of these people I know, I went to high school with, or had been acquaintances since high school. So you're trying to be as kind as you can, but they just don't listen, man. They don't get it. And I always bring up something like they think they know everything. So I always throw something out there that I know they won't know, because the vast majority of people don't know. The vast majority of the people watching this channel won't know. I'll ask them, if you know so much about the Constitution, what's constitutional or not, and you know what you support or you don't support, what does the Ninth Amendment restrict government from doing? And of course, they never know. You can always tell when they Google it, because they'll come back with the exact same thing Google says. Because the Ninth Amendment's one of the amendments that the Supreme Court hasn't come down with a definite ruling on saying what it means. So they don't really know, or they look at it. You can just tell. But I try to prove the point to them. You don't know all that you think you know. There's always room for learning, but you can't learn when you're busy fighting against your own team, and that's what you're doing. The right and the left, they're the same team. They're scrimmaging. Same coaches calling the plays, just like high school football. You be out there busting your damn ass, beating the shit out of some dude on the opposite side of the line, and y'all were buddies. The coaches were over here together, calling the same plays, knowing what each side was going to do. They called sides on both sides, but we fucking played anyway, man. They call it practice. They call it. It was really scrimmaging, but I don't know what's going to happen. I do know this. I don't think either side is going to concede to the other side. So I think we're about to have some problems. CNN's already reported that they won't announce the winner of the presidency until it's Joe Biden. That's what they said. I was at the post office today and seen in California, they are taking mail-in ballots until the 20th of November. So this is going to be a weeks-long ordeal. And I mean, the only person's vote that matters is the person that's counting the votes. It's a selection. It's not an election, people. Let's just say that Trump is the lesser of two evils, or Biden, either one. Pick whichever one. I can say this about the same. It'll be the same either way. The lesser of two evils is still evil. If you're consenting to somebody that's either openly stating they're going to trample on the Constitution, or somebody that openly has, that you're supporting that. You're supporting that. It's no different than this guy's out here raping little kids, and you know it, and you're giving him McDonald's 3 times a day to keep him alive. It's the same thing. You're paying his bills. He's out here running around during the daytime in a fucking old white cargo van snatching up little kids. And I try to explain to him that, I'm not, they act like you hate these people. It's not like I hate Trump and I love Biden, or I love Biden and I hate Trump. I love freedom. I hate anything that's against my freedom, my kids' freedom. I hate that. Like if you don't see it today, there's a lot of people that watch my channel that still don't see it like I do. By the time I die, my kids will have no rights. Well, let me change that. By the time my 9-year-old is my age, I'll be 40 in a week and a half. He will have no rights. That's because of what's going on right now. Our government has created a situation where the people are at each other's throats. And, when it's just, I don't know how many of y'all got brothers and sisters, but if your brother gets into a fight, it don't matter. Your brother could have spit in this dude's face, and you would still be in your brother's corner backing your brother. Even though what he did is some cowardice bitch shit, you would still be backing your brother up. And that's where we're at now. It doesn't matter what their sides do. They're so polarized and so at each other's throats that they've already forgotten about this stuff over here. They're just worried about fighting each other, proving each other wrong. And I always try to be a smart ass too. Make sure that if you're ever trolling, I was lightweight trolling. I gotta admit it. I was lightweight trolling people, but I couldn't help it, man. But they ask questions like, somebody said, "You all." I said, who exactly is you all? Like I was playing retarded. You come out here. Come on. You come out here. What's wrong, buddy?
I was just coming out here to talk to you, but...
Okay, you can stay out for a minute. I'll be done in just a second.
Okay.
But they were, she said something about you all. I said, who exactly is you all? She said, all them Antifa leftists burning down all the cities. You didn't see it? I said, yeah, no, I must have missed that one. I don't watch Fox very much. I don't watch the news. Matter of fact, I don't even watch TV. What are you talking about? And that's when I said, surely. I said, well, what happened? Surely all them good cops and those patriots went out there and stopped them from doing that, right? And I haven't been back on there to see what they said. But I don't feel like arguing with them. So I get on there. Here's the best way to troll people. You got to get on there. You got to get in there hard and heavy and troll. Let them answer once, troll again, and then you got to drop it in the conversation. End it on your note. It makes it a whole lot funnier. And I normally don't troll, but you can't help it. You can't help it. The people are so freaking stupid that you have to. I don't know. He comes out here to talk to me and then goes inside. I love my little guy. But I hope you all are doing well, and I just don't see a good outcome of this. I told someone today that no matter how it comes out, just like I explained a minute ago, I don't see this coming out in any good way. And my real concern is this. Let's say that Trump wins. The left's still going to burn shit to the ground. Well, when I say left and right, it's the left and the right. It's not really left and right. Those people are going to burn shit to the ground. The Trumpsters are going to be calling for the military to come in like they did when they were burning shit down already. So that's going to give Trump the justification he needs for the people that follow him to burn, to send the military in, which is what the Democrats in D.C. want. Because once he sends the military in and they enact some unconstitutional martial law shit, and yes, martial law is an unconstitutional act. The government has no authority to set the Constitution aside for any reason. Once that happens, that full-blown totalitarian socialist state rolls in, people. We're there. There's no coming back out of it. And you already see, the mask, the burning down of the towns. That's all conditioning. That's all that is conditioning. It's conditioning our minds to accept what they say as being truth or law or the rules or whatever you want to put it. Or Biden wins. Trump doesn't concede that they won. He'll say that it was fraud. The right will back him up. He'll call in the military. The left will burn shit to the ground. And here we are again, the same spot. I don't see it really turning out good, and that may not be what happens. I'm just thinking like worst case scenario. Maybe we'll wake up tomorrow and like governmental just be like, you all are free to do what you want. We're not going to bother you no more. I doubt it. But just stay safe, people. And if you're not carrying a firearm on you, you should be. I don't know if you all have ever heard the old adage. I'd rather be carried by six than, or wait, rather be judged by 12 than carried by six. So I about screwed that up. I think it holds true at a time like this because you don't want to have that regret of standing there and you go to reach for something that isn't there. Just like kind of my feeling on it. I understand people don't want to get in trouble, don't want to go to jail, and I get it. Trust me, I get it more than anybody. But there's so many good cops out there. If there was to catch you doing it, like if you was to get pulled over for a brake light out, and they found your pistol on you, surely those good cops would understand, and they would know you have the right to do this, the natural right to do it, and the Constitution restricts them, a government agent, from infringing on your rights. So surely to God they would know that and understand it and let you go down the road since you don't want to harm nobody, or since you haven't harmed nobody. I'm just fucking around. Don't expect that. But anybody that tries to violate your rights in any way, they may try to kidnap you. They could potentially try to use, well, they'll first try to kidnap you. They'll first try to take your property. Then they'll try to kidnap you. Then they'll try to use deadly force. Treat all criminals as criminals need to be treated, people. Whether criminals dressed in the church of the the outfit of the preacher or a clown costume. Criminals are criminals. Treat them as they deserve to be treated. It's kind of how I feel. And I know a lot of people don't see it that way, and the people fear death. That's why we are where we are. People fear losing their freedom individually and death. I think when somebody has lost those fears, I think that's the only way that you can be free at this point in our country. You can't fear going to jail. You can't fear dying. That's the only way you can be free.